Every year, millions of Hindus celebrate a wedding between a plant and a stone. If you hear that without context, it sounds strange, really strange. A plant dressed like a bride and a sacred rock treated like the groom. But believe me, by the end of this story, you might actually want this exact plant sitting in your own home. We are talking about Holy Basil. In India, she is known as Tulsi. And no, this is not the basil you throw on your Friday night pasta. It's a completely different presence. Tulsi is treated like a sacred presence in many Hindu homes. But the reason is not cute or simple. Long ago, there was a woman named Vrinda. She was married to Jalandhar, an unstoppable demon king. He was fierce, proud, and completely impossible for the gods to defeat. Every battle ended the same way. Jalandhar always walked away untouched, but eventually the gods discovered his secret. His invincibility didn't come from his armor, his weapons, or his army. It came from his wife. Vrinda's absolute devotion to her husband created an unbreakable spiritual shield around him. As long as her inner vow remained pure and unbroken, death simply could not touch him. And that is where Vrinda becomes more than just a mythological wife. Jalandhar looked powerful, but part of his power was standing on her back. Her focus, her prayers, her discipline, her loyalty, all of it became the force that kept him untouchable. And that still happens today. Some people look strong because someone else is quietly carrying the pressure behind them. One person keeps the home steady, absorbs the stress, forgives too much, fixes what keeps breaking, and somehow everyone else benefits from their strength. That was Vrinda. Her devotion protected him. He used that protection to become more dangerous than he already was. He was tearing the universe apart. The gods faced a terrifying paradox. The monster causing cosmic destruction was being kept alive by the purity of an innocent woman. To stop the war, they had to break the shield. And to break the shield, they had to break Vrinda. So, Lord Vishnu, the ultimate protector of the universe, decided to do something strange. He descended to Earth, taking the form of Jalandhar. He wore the exact face she trusted most. Imagine waiting at home, terrified, praying for the person you love to survive the war. Suddenly, he appears at the door. Your shoulders drop. Your fear vanishes before your brain can even question it. For one brief second, you believe your prayers came true. But then something felt off. She felt it. It was a god in disguise. In that moment, the illusion shattered. Her trust collapsed. And miles away on the battlefield, Jalandhar's shield vanished. He was instantly struck down. The universe was saved. The villain was defeated. And yet, the story leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. This is also the part where many people try to make the story super clean. They rush to say, well, Vishnu had to save the world, and maybe he did. But if you move too fast past this moment, you erase the wound. Eastern myths are rarely simple. They don't always give you a comfortable god and a cartoon villain. They show a world where sometimes the right cosmic choice leaves an innocent person broken. Vrinda looked at the god who deceived her and delivered a curse. You came to me with a heart like stone, so a stone you shall become. And in that instant, Vishnu transformed into the dark, silent Shaligram stone. Although the balance of the cosmos was restored, for Vrinda there was nothing left. The life she knew was over. She refused to remain in a world that used her love as a weapon. So at her husband's funeral, she stepped directly into the flames of the funeral pile. But then something strange happens. As her body turned to ash, something unexpected began to rise from the soil. It was the Tulsi plant, small, green, fragrant, and resilient. Vrinda didn't return as a vengeful ghost, a warrior, or a queen on a golden throne. She returned as something quiet, something destined to stand at the dead center of everyday life. From that day on, Vishnu bound his worship to her memory. When people place a Tulsi leaf at the feet of a Vishnu idol today, they aren't just offering a random holy herb. They are placing Vrinda back into the story. It is a divine apology. It ensures that Vishnu can never be worshipped unless the woman he wronged is remembered first. But I see you thinking, why the wedding? Tulsi Vivah isn't a literal marriage. It is a way to bring the story back together. The plant is the living memory of Vrinda. The stone is the frozen form of the god who broke her heart. Bringing them together is a way of saying, we remember the cost of peace. We honor the wound. Which brings us back to the final question. Why bring this plant into your house? Because Tulsi was never meant to hide inside a temple. She belongs in the middle of the home, Look at the spaces we live in today. We have luxury furniture, smart lighting, high-def screens, and designer decorations. From the outside, our homes look complete. But from the inside, they can feel incredibly dry. We live together, but our minds are lost in digital feeds. We crave peace, but fill our rooms with constant noise. Tulsi offers a different rhythm. She doesn't ask for much. She doesn't need luxury. She just asks for a tiny bit of daily care, a splash of water, a small flame, a brief moment of quiet attention and focus. In philosophy, Tulsi is deeply tied to the goddess Lakshmi, because when a family cared for Tulsi every day, with water, light, and attention, it was seen as a way of welcoming Lakshmi into the home. When you place a Tulsi plant in your home, you aren't just buying decoration. You are creating a physical anchor that forces you to slow down, look at something living, and remember to keep your own space sacred. Because sometimes peace isn't something you travel to find. It's something you keep alive, one drop of water at a time.